Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Zahari from STA104. My student ID is 2022877552. So our total of group member is 4, which is the first one is me, Muhammad Zahari, and the next one is
Okay guys, so the next one is me, Muhammad Najwan bin RAHMAN. My student ID is 2022821232. So the next person is the next person is me, Muhammad FAKHRUL MAZNE, and my ID number is 2022870972. And the next person is
Yep. The last person is me, HAZIQ and my student ID is 2022613058. And we are going to present about the most online games played among your ATM students. So enjoy our presentation.
Chapter 1 Introduction. I will start with background of study. For our group project report, we choose the most online games played among your ATM students to be discussed as our main subject. The digital world has significantly transformed leisure activities with online gaming taking center stage and drawing the attention of millions globally. Among various demographic groups, students in particular have shown a strong tendency to engage in various online gaming activities. A combination of surveys and interviews will be utilized to gather information from a diverse sample of students from different gender and year of study. The survey will focus on identifying the most popular online games among students. The data collected may include the type of gameplay, the time usually played, hours per day, and the reason why they play the games. By combining quantitative and qualitative data, a comprehensive understanding of the most played online games among students will be achieved. This study aims to contribute to the existing body of knowledge on online gaming by providing valuable insight into the most played games among students. So here there are 5 objectives of study that include in this report to be achieved. So the first one is to compare which gender plays the online mobile games the most. Second one is to determine the most online mobile games among your ATM students. Third one is to find out what time students usually play games. Fourth one is to determine how much time students spend playing games per week. And the last one is to identify the main reason the students play mobile games.
Move on to the next chapter, which is chapter 2, methodology. So we start with population. All UITM Perak branch Tapa campus students based on their course program and consists of 4,610 students. The population is defined by the specific course program or faculty of accountancy. So move on to the sample. 50 students of UITM Perak branch Tapa campus students. The goal is to collect data from a smaller sample of people so that generalizations about the full population can be drawn. So the next one is sampling frame. No need for sampling frames. Next one is sampling technique, quota sampling technique. Quota sampling is a non-probability sampling technique that takes into account the precise quotas or proportions that have been established for certain groups within a population. Then to conduct a quota sample, first decide how many participants from each faculty of accountancy course should be included based on the course's relative proportions. Then combine the chosen students to create your final sample of 50 students. Then randomization procedures are used to reduce bias and improve the likelihood of obtaining a representative sample within each academic accountancy course. Then we move to the data collection method. Easy, we use online questionnaires. Here, the description of variable based on the table. Variable, type of variable, and level of measurement. So the first one is gender. The type of variable is qualitative and the level of measurement is nominal level. Age. The type of variable is quantitative discrete and the level of measurement is interval level. Year of study. Type of variable is qualitative and the level of measurement is nominal level. Course code. Type of variable is qualitative and the level of measurement is nominal level. What types of games do you play? Type of variable is qualitative, the level of measurement is nominal level. What time do you usually play games? Type of variable is qualitative, level of measurement is ratio level. So the rest type of variable, which is how many hours a day do you play mobile games, how frequently does you play your games per week, do you have game rules for yourself, and the reason why you play the games, which is have the same type of variables and level of measurement, which is qualitative and nominal level. And the last one is method of data analysis. So we have 5 objectives, which is to compare which gender plays the online games the most. The second one is to compare which gender plays the online games the most. And the third one to find out what time students usually play games. And the fourth, to determine how much the time students spend playing games per week. And the last one is to identify the main reason the students play mobile games. For the variables, it's all the same, which is qualitative. And what method of analysis we use is survey.
The next one is chapter 3, which is data analysis and finding. Let's move on to our questionnaire, which is respondent profile. I will start with first question of respondent's profile on the Google form, which is gender of respondent. According to the responses, there are equal respondents from male and female, which is 25 students or 50% each gender from 50 respondents that are covered with our survey. So, the following question of respondents' profile is year of study. Majority on our online survey is from year 1, which is part 1 or part 2, is 41 response or 82%, and the lowest is from year 3, which is part 5 or part 6, is 2 response or 4% respondent. The third question of respondent's profile is age of respondent. From the bar chart, we can see the distribution is skewed to the right. So, we can conclude that the average age of respondents of this survey is 19.04, and the middle number found by all data points and picking out the one in the middle is 19, while the most age respondent answering this questionnaire is 19 years old. So, the last question we asked to respondents about their profile is course code in Faculty of Accountancy. As we can see from pie chart, from a total of 50 responses, 36 students or 70% were from AC120 students and 40 students or 28% from AC110 students.
So next, me, FAKHRUL, will explain for the third question of our survey to provide data for our project, which is how many hours a day do you play mobile games? This question is to achieve our objective of study for this group project, which is to determine how much time your ATM students spend playing mobile games in a day. As you can see at the slide, it shows the graph of the frequency of hours mobile games played by your ATM student. The graph shows that the highest number of students spend their time playing mobile games for about 1 to 2 hours per day, and the lowest number of students play mobile games is under 1 hour. This can be told that the most of UiTM students prefer to play mobile games like Mobile Legends, Genshin Impact and PUBG Mobiles for about 1 to 2 hours. It because maybe they were busy for their classes of assignments every day. Then I will explain for the mean and median for this question. So the average or mean of how much time do UiTM Tapa students spend playing mobile games every day is 12.13. To find the mean value, firstly we need to find the midpoint, which we can find at the hours play. For example, the midpoint for 1 to 2 hours is 1.5. I can get the value by adding 1 and 2 and equal 3. After that, we divide the value with 2. I use the same formula to get every midpoint value. After that, to get the fx value, we need to take the frequency then times it with the midpoint value. To get the mean, adding all the fx value before we divide it with 4. For median, we need to find the cumulative frequency value and the position of data. As we can see, we need to add the first and second data to get the cumulative value. So the median value for the data is 25 in the position of data, which is 1 to 2 hours. Then the mode. Mode is the highest value or respondent for our survey. As you can see, the highest value in this data is 1 to 2 hours. This shows most of UiTM students play mobile games 1 to 2 hours per day. Next, I will also explain on how usually students play mobile games per week. This question is to determine how frequent students play mobile games like PUBG Mobiles and Mobile Legends in a week. As you can see, the graph shows most of the students playing mobile games almost every day, which is about 62% of the data. 22% of them will play mobile games for twice per week, and only 16% of them playing mobile games only once per week, which is the lowest value in this data. This shows that UiTM Tapa students only play mobile games when they have free time, or maybe they play because they were bored.
Now, let me begin by looking at what time do students often play games. Was the query we use in our online poll based on this objective. Over the 50 respondents, 44 selected playing games in the evening as their option. They are most likely to spend their free time in the evening, which serves as explanation for this. This is due to the fact that students are typically preoccupied with their homework while attending classes in the morning and afternoon. As a result, they could only play games at night. As you can see on the chart, the highest choice of time of students usually play games is in the evening, which have 44 students. The second highest choice is afternoon with only 11 students. And last one in the morning with only 10 students. Alright, let's turn to the next question, which is to identify the kind of game that students would play regularly. 34% of respondents chose Mobile Legends Bang Bang as their everyday game. In contrast, to the respondent preference. This is as a result of Mobile Legends Bang Bang being more entertaining than other games. Additionally, as stated in the questionnaire, playing it daily is more exciting than playing PUBG Mobile, Genshin Impact, eFootball, or other games.
So, I will continue this discussion by explaining the frequency of the survey question which asks about the students' game rules. We give a few game rules that they need to choose, such as set time for playing games, not spending money on games, finish the work before playing games, and no rules. This data shows that most of UiTM's TAPA students play mobile games only if they have finished what they have to do, which is 42% from the data. For no rules and not spending money on mobile games share the same amount value, which is 26% of the students. Only 3 of 50 students will set their time to play mobile games, which is only 6% of the data. This shows that most of UiTM students TAPA will not playing games until they had done their work before they know their behavior when they playing mobile games. Last but not least, the reason on why UiTM students play mobile games in their daily life. Like we can see at the data, most of them play mobile games to spend their leisure time. I wouldn't say this will happen in the earlier semester because they will not have many work to do. The percentage for this choice is 34%. Some of the students would play mobile games to release their stress. 26% of students use game platforms to release their stress in study or work. 20% of the UiTM students play mobile games because it's entertaining and because they were bored. If only 4% as a hobby and spend times with their friends to play mobile games, it will be a passionate time for them to play the games. And 12% of their students choose other reason to play mobile games. I will pass it to NAJWAN.
For the last part, which is the conclusion, we can infer from the outcome that out of 50 respondents, Mobile Legends Bang Bang was chosen as the daily game by 34%. The majority of students, 46%, would like to play game for 1 to 2 hours total. So, the most important reason why students would consider playing game every day is how often they play. Of the 50 respondents, 42% say they would play games after finishing their assignment. Of the 50 respondents, 44 prefer to play game after the dinner. Last but not least, the goal of this study have all been met successfully. In conclusion, the majority of students schedule their gaming time and have reasonable gaming habits. Thank you for listening.
Lama suka dia yang manis pipi congkak malele male mama yo